This is why I got an attitude about the story, because somebody else's moment was hijacked. When you woke up in the morning, when all of us woke up in the morning, the story was not how great Versus was. The story was not, ooh, that was a Versus for the history books. The story was not, ooh, Versus was so good. The story is Tamar Braxton, Cash Money No Limit Versus. That, I think that did a disservice to the whole thing. Hijacked somebody else's, and I'm not implying that it was intentional. Somebody else's moment was hijacked. The next morning, none of the stories related to Versus should have had anything to do with the Tamar Braxton. First thing.
DaBrat just dropped the kind of receipts that flipped the whole Birdman Braxton story upside down. This is not what anyone expected. So, what's the deal with Birdman that's got everyone talking? Kimora Lee even has her daughters calling him Uncle Birdman. Keisha Cole got into a fight with another woman over him. And now Toni and Tamar Braxton are clashing over who got to him first. The drama among the sisters has been intense, with everyone dragging Tamar for allegedly being involved with Birdman. But here's the twist. I was shocked to find out it was actually Toni who made the first move on Tamar. Chill for a second. And DaBrat, she's not about to let anyone label her friend a home wrecker this time. She just dropped receipts proving that Tamar didn't steal Toni's man. In fact, it's the other way around. Tamar was involved with Birdman first, long before Toni stepped in, and she's still tried to stay supportive. The big question now is DaBrat telling the truth? Or is this just another messy story? People have been calling out Tamar for being all over Birdman, rubbing his head, and acting like his wife, while Toni, the actual wife, stayed home.
Tamar, girl, why are you wiping the sweat off of Birdman's head like that, sis? Now, as a married woman, I think I can grab the mic real quick and speak on this, because even though it may, like, she may be innocently doing it, girl, no, you don't do that. Like, the man's been performing on stage all this time, and he don't need you wiping the sweat off his head. Now, I'm hoping it was just like a gesture, but girl, y'all are all performers. Like, don't do that.
She was moving up and down in the background like Birdman was her husband. At one point, she even wiped the sweat off his brow with a smile on her face, acting like he was hers too. People definitely thought it was strange and called her out on it. Of course, Tamar defended herself, saying she was just there for her sister. She even posted a video of her and Birdman on a video call with Toni to prove there was nothing to worry about. But let's be real, people weren't buying it. Supporting your sister is one thing, but the way she was all over Birdman was something else entirely. It almost got physical when Tawanda exposed Tamar for being involved with Birdman behind Toni's back. The whole drama started when Tamar tried to play smart and embarrass Tawanda, claiming she knew where she lived because she had covered Tanda's down payment on her house.
Do I know where you live?
Well, of course you don't come. So exactly. My thing, I know where you live because I put down your down payment.
Beautiful.
And you've been stealing from me for the past couple years on my...
But she didn't stop there. Tamar went on to accuse Tawanda of secretly using her credit cards for years without permission. And honestly, it's not shocking at all because Tawanda has a history of taking other people's things. Child, remember all those allegations about Tawanda stealing their mother's social security checks. And there were even claims that she supposedly took money from Toni.
Tawanda, baby, I love her to pieces. But hide your stuff when she come over, because she snatched the wig off your head and looked the other way. She's super sneaky, clever, and crafty.
Interestingly, Tana's bankruptcy documents reveal she owes up to $500,000 in debt. They even specifically mention a $35,000 loan from Tamar that was used for the down payment on her house. So Tamar's claims seem to have some receipts backing them up. And there's definitely a pattern of Tawanda allegedly helping herself to her sister's resources while expecting no pushback.
You know exactly what you're doing. Don't be looking at you snake-ass son of a gun. Okay. You're a snake, and then you like controversy, and you like all of that. Okay. So why would you do that?
But y'all, Tawanda wasn't about to let Tamar get away with it. Oh no. She came out swinging and exposed Tamar for sneaking around with her sister's man.
And you've been stealing from me for the past couple years on my credit think I'm helping?
But what you steal?
I don't steal anything.
You don't? You sold men.
Who's the man that I sold?
Tony's. You slept them.
Oh,
a few times.
Who? What man?
You not delete.
Oh, dirty low down ass bitch.
Oh, you such a liar. Such a liar.
And from the way Tamar completely lost her composure, it was clear she was totally blindsided by all of this. But the one who looked genuinely shocked by the whole situation, that was Toni Braxton.
Toni Braxton?
Toni Braxton, I got you
Toni
on the phone.
Braxton. No, Toni Braxton ain't never had your back.
I got Toni Braxton.
Because I want it on record.
I want it
on national television. You want to say I don't have your back?
You didn't have my back
Lord
when it
Jesus,
came to
give
y'all,
me-
Lord.
Tawanda had clearly been holding onto this information for who knows how long, and you just know she kept it deliberately so she could use it against Tamar at the perfect moment. Child, from Trina's reaction, it was obvious she already knew everything, which honestly was so strange. How do you keep that kind of information from your sister? Especially when one of your sisters is involved with another sister's man and it wasn't even just one man. According to Tawanda, it was 2 of Tony's men. I swear, the Braxton sisters are at each other's throats at this point. As soon as Tawanda revealed that Tamar was involved with Tony's men, the internet immediately started digging for details. Tamar was allegedly not only involved with Birdman, but also Carrie Lewis from Mint Condition. This rumor actually goes back to 2011, when a blogger claimed Tamar had been with Tony's ex-husband to level up and get into the inner circle. And to make it messier, the post even claimed it wasn't one-sided. Tony supposedly had been with Vince first, before passing him over to Tamar. Let's not act brand new. This isn't the first time Tamar has been called out for getting involved with her sister's men. She faced major backlash over the situation with Michael Malden, Jermaine Dry's father. So, when you piece it all together, it doesn't sound far-fetched that Tamar could have crossed the line with her sister's ex, especially if she thought it would push her career forward. And then, of course, she started getting involved with Birdman, given how familiar they were. I mean, how come we never saw Tawanda and Trina acting hyped around him at the Versus battle? Isn't he their brother-in-law too? But even though Tamar had gotten into all kinds of trouble with her sisters, according to DaBrat, this wasn't one of those times where the sisters were actually right about her.
DaBrat and Tamar worked on This Nation. They became close, they became friends, whatever. So if you know, the Braxtons came out last week and Tawanda stated that Tamar slept with Tony's ex, yada yada yada. There was a Versus last weekend. Tamar was on stage with Birdman, wiping off his sweat, stopping him from drinking, getting drunk, whatever. Now it's going around that Tamar and Birdman dated back in 2003, and now we know that Tony and Birdman are married.
DaBrat basically confirmed that Tamar and Birdman had a relationship around 2003. And the gag. This was before Tony even set her up with Vince. According to DaBrat, what Tony had with Birdman came much later. So all the people calling out Tamar doesn't make sense. Despite her sister marrying her ex, Tamar has been nothing but supportive. This isn't the first time she's hyped her sister and Birdman up either. I mean, y'all remember when she and her son dressed as Tony and Birdman for Halloween? Right, that's just the type of thing Tamar does. And DaBrat isn't here for anyone trying to make it seem like Tamar was out of line. The whole situation is a total mess. Of course, the internet has opinions. A lot of these celebrity men are past. They love to act like it's the women, but these men are out here thinking they're players while getting played. Tamar was just keeping the money flowing for the Braxton household. Nobody wanted to talk about it, but if the roles were reversed, Tamar would have been dragged for filth. Toni, she gets a pass from her sisters. Child, and shout out to the old blogs back in the day. There was one called the Pandy Report. They reported years ago that Tamar and Birdman were an item, but he apparently got tired of her and her sense of entitlement. That's when she ended up with Vince sometime later. So, what do you guys think about all of this? Sound off in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, baddies.